don't have to clean your room when you're on vacation.
Most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
Chop that up.
Yeah, welcome to my dirty room.
It's so dirty in here.
I'm here with a friend, comedian, escort, Joel Good, everyone.
High price.
Give it up. Give the hands out.
I'm an escort for half a bowl of weed. That's what I actually hire me for.
That's all I had to do to get you to drive me home. It's just, I got that couch clutch, man.
Yeah.
So I got my cables and everything in the way.
There you go, Volt.
Shit. Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. Your room looks like if Jeffrey Dahmer didn't have any taste.
You think Jeffrey Dahmer had taste?
Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer had
taste for
taste.
flesh. That's
Well, yeah,
for sure.
but I mean, he had more taste than you do.
You're probably right. I this is the only artwork I have on the wall.
You make that yourself.
Yeah, I did.
How did I know? I don't know how I do that. When you were 12, or?
No, I made that actually like 4 years ago.
Oh no, yeah, I also believe that.
I like psychedelics, so you know,
yeah.
that shit kind of just comes out sometimes.
You should just watch Planet Earth from now on because.
I'm not a fan of those.
No?
No. I feel like I'm on the minority side of that. for some reason.
Yeah, that's where it's at, Planet Earth, especially while stripping. It's kind of hyper satirized or
How
whatever.
often do you trip?
You know, I haven't lately because I lost my dude's number when I lost my phone. But
Did he die?
no, I just lost his phone number.
Yeah,
and-
but was your phone on his body when he got stabbed by you? That's what I'm asking.
No, man, why would it? That's like killing a golden goose.
I know. Yeah. It's exactly like
Why
that.
would you do that?
It's 100%.
Yeah,
exactly
because like
that.
maybe I get a sheet now. What am I supposed to do when that sheet's gone?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
I just killed the goose on accident by losing my goddamn phone. Cam, if you're out there, holler at your boy.
All right, we're looking for psychedelics.
Yeah.
Have you ever done DMT?
I have not.
Damn, I feel like Joe Rogan right now. You ever done DMT?
Yeah.
You seen those memes going around?
Have you seen Joe Rogan interviewing himself?
That's the Joe Rogan on Joe Rogan, but there are memes going around right now where it's like, like Eric Weinstein was one of his guests, and he's like, yeah, I just bought a economic car, family for four. I'm saving a lot of money on gas mileage, and the next image is Joe Rogan go, that's fascinating, but have you ever done DMT? it's like people are just like, I've seen there's like Lord of the Rings versions, Game of Thrones versions where someone's like saying something like Luke Skywalker, it's like Darth Vader's like, I am your father, and then Joe Rogan's like, that's cool, but have you ever done DMT? Whoever made that meme is fine. Memes are fucking
Do
incredible.
you have any idea how fast bears can run? They're killing machines.
Speaking of bears, before the mic got turned on, I was telling you about Sweet Pea's story here.
Apple of my eye.
So my sister she will save raccoons that are caught up outside the house if they're caught in like a fence or a net or something. Like she'll go out there with oven mitts and just like get the raccoon out and just let it go. So they were camping and Sweet Pea just like mangled as fuck, just like kind of walked up on shore where they were camped at, and they took her in because my sister can't turn an animal away. And then she lived with them for like 4 or 5 years and just never got along with anyone or any other animal in the house.
Huh.
And then so my sister hit me up like 3 years ago and was like, dude, do you know anyone that wants a cat? And I was like, no. But I'll take her.
I want a cat.
I'll take her. Like, I didn't want her. I was just like, I can't like not. I'm kind of like my sister. I can't just see an animal suffer, like not be happy or whatever. And so ever since then, I got this fucking dumb bitch right here, dude, Sweet Pea. Her name was Atara when I got her.
Tara.
Atara. Like
What is-
Atari, but Atara. I don't know. I don't get it either. I think my nephews named her. They were dumb kids. But
Fucking idiots.
Sweepy, I'm podcasting right now.
The whole steak family.
No, this is my mom's side.
Oh, okay.
So this is not the steak fan. This is the Carter.
Carter.
This is the Cajun side. Yeah.
Cajun. Oh, shit. Creole.
No. Cajun.
Cajun. Is that different?
Cajun Creole. There's this. I'm not an expert on this, and I'm a Midwestern fuck when it comes to thinking about this stuff. But Creole is a certain type, and Cajun is a certain other type. I believe Creole is more like the bourgeois French version of the Louisiana people.
That makes sense.
And where like Cajun is the more like American Southern mixed with the bourgeois French. I think it's a little more American, a little dirtier to be Cajun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, look at me.
Gumbo.
Just a little dumb.
I
My
never
dad's
heard
from
no
Boston,
French
my
version of
mom's from New
gumbo
Orleans,
before.
dude. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Don't make sense. You
It
ever go to New Orleans?
Oh, yeah, I've been there plenty of times. It's my favorite city in the
It's a
fucking
good
world.
fucking time. You buy liquor like 4 a.m. It's incredible.
Dude, you could go in there. You can go, like, it's like, oh, it's a 2-drink minimum to get into a strip club. Okay. But there's no cover. So you spend like $5 on 2 cans of beer. You can put them in your book bag, get a lap dance, spend whatever you do on that, walk out, open that can of beer, drink, walk into the next bar, and just start hanging out. You can smoke cigarettes. It's like the only place in America I feel like you can actually just be like a free person. I've never been anywhere else like it, to be honest.
I'm gonna go back.
You been there?
Yeah, went there one time on vacation. It was a good time.
What'd you do?
Just drank a lot, honestly. Just fucking went from bar to bar and drank.
Did you go to like the French Quarter and?
Yeah, did all that jazz.
Where'd you stay?
It was like an Airbnb. Apparently, it was in
in the French Quarter area. Or
Oh no, I forget exactly. It was like a short walk to there.
So you could, yeah. I think there's like a little like hipster region area. Like if you go like a little south, west, there's like where there's like the shitty bars that don't open until 6 or whatever.
Dude, were you a crust punk? You kind of look like a crust punk.
I was crust punk was a thing a little bit after me. I was this is gonna sound really stupid and dumb. Speaking of bad back tattoos, I was like a piss drunk punk. There's like in skateboard. Did you ever skateboard?
I did skateboard.
So like Andrew Reynolds, Ali Bulala, you know what I'm talking about? Like Baker, Baker boards.
No.
Okay, so they were like a skate team back in the day that like their whole thing was like we wear tight jeans and we get fucked up and we do like gnarly skate shit, like we fuck each other up. And she's trying to burn herself. And so Piss Drunks was their skate team. Back then it wasn't like a marketing thing. It was just like we're a bunch of fuck ups that skateboard and get fucked up together. That was my thing. Now they're all sober or dead. And I have a tattoo on my back of Piss Drunks, which is really hilarious. I don't even really skateboard that much anymore, so.
Yeah, I had like a 2-year period from like 13 to 15 where I skateboarded, and I'm pretty sure I could just ollie. That was like the extent.
Damn, dude. I was on the cusp of being sponsored. I was doing competitions and stuff. When I do something, I do it fucking hard. I take it fucking, I don't know. I just
played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and I was like, I should give
on
me a
N64
skateboard.
and
Yeah,
shit,
that shit was
yeah.
lit.
Who was your character?
I don't remember.
See, Andrew Reynolds was on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
He always had like the like I think it was a low collar like open gray sweater, like the collar was cut out and like baggy jeans because that was the 90s.
Yeah,
It was
basically.
2000s when it came out, but the 90s was when it was like based off of. I think I don't know. Skateboarding was that was my life. I did it for like 15 years.
They had a dope soundtrack on that fucking Tony Hawk
really
Pro
did.
Skater.
They really did.
Dude.
Dude, Mighty by Bosstones, and then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 also had a great soundtrack. And then I always had the odd numbers, like the first one, the third one, Underground, which is the fifth one.
Yeah, I never played the second one at least, and then
Never really cared for it.
yeah.
But it's just weird. I think also I didn't have PlayStation, and I think it only came out for PlayStation. I could be wrong though.
Be out
Could
there
be fucking
spreading
wrong.
false information. Did you play the Army Man game on Nintendo
Dude,
64? It was so fucking cool.
That was my favorite. I've been trying to find emulators for that online.
It's fucking good.
It's,
3D.
dude, you can't find it on Steam or anything. It
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
That's some shit. Did you have that helicopter game? Helicopter game was
Dude,
shit.
Pilot Wings? Do you
I
remember
remember that.
Pilot Wings?
Uh-uh.
Where you get shot out of cannons, or you skydive, or you don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
It's like if you bought an N64, you'd get like Mario 64, which was dope as
Yeah.
fuck. And then you get Pilot Wings. They like came with the station, came with the console. Dude, it was a fucking cool ass game.
I don't remember Pilot Wings. I remember Crimson Skies. That was pretty
Crimson
cool.
Skies
Like
is a
later
good
on,
one.
Yeah.
Damn, do you still play video games?
Oh, yeah.
What do you play?
Fucking Red Dead Redemption. It's like so much. It's like pretty bad.
You're on that RDR too?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
All the time.
I don't have the capabilities with my laptop to fucking do that. But how is it? I mean,
It's fantastic.
you don't feel like you're losing out on life.
I mean, you know, I would be doing other shit similar, laying around watching Netflix or whatever.
Jerking
so
it, whatever
jerking
the fuck
it,
it
you know.
is.
So I might as well be riding a horse around.
Maybe kill it if I did too.
Yeah.
Do you are you doing like evil or chaos?
I did all the bandit missions, and it's much more fun, just like in real life, to be, and easier to be just a smidge evil. Like, yeah, I don't go all the way. I'm not like a fucking psychopath.
Chaotic neutral is always my
Yeah,
character
it's just
for
like-
shit.
I like robbing people and trains, and you know.
But overall, you're not about the
Yeah, I don't just
cold-blood
like
murder,
shoot
you know,
people in the
not
street.
yet.
Yeah, but
I've heard about that though, where like someone like, hey, can you help me find my dog? And then you find the dog, and then they just shoot the dog in front of the owner, and the owner starts crying.
The one guy, I helped him find a dog, and he was a dick to his dog.
He was a dick to his dog.
Yeah, he was
Dude,
like,
I would-
"Come
did you
here,
shoot him in the
idiot
fucking
dog."
head?
Yeah, I did shoot him. Shot that guy. And then and then, you know, sometimes they're not totally justified because people will talk shit on that. Like, if you ride up next to them, they're like, get the fuck out of here or whatever. I'm like, well, fuck you, buddy. You have no
These are
idea
like
who I am.
NPCs or
Yeah.
something,
I'm like, you don't talk to me like that.
You know,
I'm gonna steal all your cocaine gum now.
Damn, they have cocaine
Yeah,
now?
I have cocaine gum. It helps your
Man,
stamina.
We were born the wrong time, I think.
Right.
You know,
Cocaine gun.
You ever have that thought? It's kind of a stupid thought that I think a lot of people have. Like, I wish I was born in a different time.
I had a bit about that one time where it was like, because I like classic rock and shit, and was like, yeah, like Jimi Hendrix probably seen like 50 buttholes in his lifetime. I've seen so many buttholes in my day. It's incredible.
Bit?
Yeah.
That's your bit?
Yeah, that was an old one. It was like,
It's like, or are you like, are you like, you're so overexposed to buttholes?
yeah, like
you
I've
wish
seen
you
I've seen
could
more buttholes than
just-
Jimi Hendrix did. It's incredible.
That's just funny, man. I like that. I always thought, like growing up, I was just like, man, I wish I lived in a time that was important. You know, like I grew up in the '90s and the 20-aughts, and then 9/11 happened, and I was just like, oh, it's still not that cool. And then the War on Terror happened, and I was like,
9/11 wasn't very cool.
I want to do that.
So uncool.
No, so cool. But then the fucking once like it was like 9/11, then the recession, and then now with like the actually, you know, social justice warriors and the progressiveness that's going on, the Trump era and all this.
Yeah.
It's like, be careful what you fucking wish for, man. Like I really don't want to live in this time at all. Dude, I do not want to go through these motions or whatever the world is changing through. I feel like I'm not made for this at all.
I mean, you know, when you hear about back in the day, it always seems nostalgic and cool, but it was probably lame for most people anyways, you know, really. It was like, who
Yeah,
the
like
fuck's
what
Ella
would have been like a
Fitzgerald?
cool, like, even if you're like Galileo was like, here's how we're not the center of the universe. It would have taken you like 200 years to find out.
Yeah,
that
like, yeah,
information.
people weren't
It's
talking
not-
about that. It was
Yeah,
just like, I just
You
keep
don't just tweet
shoveling
about
shit
it.
all day.
Yeah. And then Galileo, like, he would have tweeted about it. And sort of been like, yeah, but you touched my butt in, 1528. And it's like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, Galileo.
I always think that's weird, though. Like, it troubles me that I always wanted to live in a time where, like, World War II, it seemed like the world had purpose, like, life had meaning, right? I think it's why existentialism really kind of came out after World War II. It's like, now what do we do? Now that we've faced the biggest humanitarian crisis of all time, what do we do? It's like, I wanted to be in that, but now it's like, ooh, I don't know what to do now that we're in it. Because I feel like we're in a secondary version of that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there's Nazis still. But there's not like a country of Nazis.
What is America?
Well, there's a whole lot of not Nazis here, but they weren't full blown rounding up people Nazis.
Well, if you look at
that's definitely bad.
If you look at the numbers, like it was like 0.9% of the German population were actual like Nazis. And then 99.1% of the population just weren't. But that's what's so scary about what's going on right now is like everyone's like, dude, they're just a fringe group. They're just a minority, like a very small minority. It's like, yeah, but that's how, like, they're getting all the media attention. This is how shit actually goes down. Because the Nazis were not very popular during the time. They just had the power. And that's scary bullshit.
It is. I think there had to have been, at some point, a small movement, because there was a lot. I've seen those videos where they're all marching around and stuff, and everyone's cheering. It seemed like there was a lot of Nazis.
Like the Werner Herzog, not Werner Herzog,
the
Werner Herzog film. No, whatever the Third Reich film was.
What is it?
I can't remember.
Triumph of the Will.
There you go, Triumph of the Will. Yeah, and it's like.
I was in film school. I'm not a Nazi.
Yeah,
I just know about that. Not because I'm a Nazi, because I know histories of stuff.
You did not go to film school.
I swear to God, 2 years. There's also Birth of a Nation.
You're just friends with Alex Jones.
Yeah. We could talk about Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones. Joe Rogan.
I think that shit's hilarious.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones is hilarious. It's sad it's sad that like what he does actually hurts people. Like that is fucking.
Yeah, that's
sad.
uncool when he was talking about the Sandy Hook.
And he's a fucking idiot, and that's gonna happen. But at the same time, it's fucking Alex Jones.
Yeah,
what is he? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Although he was part of the you remember when like Waco happened, the Branch Davidians and all that stuff, and Ruby Ridge and all that was going down? He was one of the first people to go to Waco and just be like, we need to start a new branch of the Branch Davidians. He wanted to keep, even though they all drank the Kool-Aid and killed themselves or whatever, like had to shoot out and then kill themselves, he was like, no, we should do this again. It's like, dude, Alex Jones, I think you might be wrong on that one.
But some conspiracy theories are kind of true. I'll be real.
Well, are they a theory if they're true?
Well, they're a theory until proven. I don't know, man. Some things are shady. Shady business going around.
A lot of shady business.
But Alex Jones was crazy because I don't think they were really trying to turn the frogs gay or whatever. Turn the frogs gay.
No, the whole thing was the fact that frogs could change their sex depending on the population. Like if, say, the majority of the population of the frogs were male, then if a frog was born male, they would transition into being female just so they could repopulate and just sustain their existence, basically, as a species. I think what Alex Jones did, and I could be completely wrong about this, but this is me speculating on what he did. He thought that might happen with people, where we could just overnight, seahorses.
Well, he thought that they were putting juices in the water to make the frogs gay to test it out.
No, if you do, there's so many aqua species. I don't know if that's a proper scientific term, but you know what I mean, like water.
Amphibians.
Water. You thank you. Aqua species.
Aqua species.
Aqua species.
By the way,
Coming out
mermaids.
December 17th.
We're gonna talk about mermaids soon. Mermaids are real. There, I'm gonna
You
say.
believe in mermaids?
Mermaids might be real, man. I don't think it's that wild. that
What?
mermaids might
I believe in mermaids the same way I believe in sirens, which I think is all real.
Sirens. Yeah.
Right? You know, I mean, sirens like the
Like,
women on the rock that are showing you their tits, and it's like, I'm crazy, I got scurvy, I'm gonna go hang out with this thing that doesn't exist. It's like, what do you get in the desert? Mirage.
Oh, yeah,
Mirage,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, that shit. Is
I kind of feel
definitely
like
true.
mermaids and like they were probably just fucking each other, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, that's a
Drowning.
vagina. That's
Or like
not
someone would
normal."
just like. They were psychotic because they were dehydrated or whatever the fuck, and just
We know
started
it's
swimming
salt
toward.
water,
There's
yeah.
definitely some hot lady on that rock going for it, and then they would die. But you know, they found, and it could all be, you know, hoaxes or whatever. I don't know who would put that much effort into hoaxes, but they, you know, they found
Dude,
like
back
little
then-
coral spears and shit.
Before the internet, dude, like imagine how easy it was to get away.
That's true.
Take
They
what
had
you
like
know
people
now.
sewing monkeys together and
Take
stuff.
what you know now. Go back 1,000 years to 1000 BC or 1000 AD rather.
Yeah, you don't even have to go back that far. Like,
You're
1800s.
right. Pre-enlightenment,
Yeah.
just pre-enlightenment,
Yeah.
pre-Gutenberg press, like pre like information just being spread around and people knowing that you know they still think they're whenever people still thought the Earth was flat and the center of the universe,
still.
which is right now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that started as a joke.
It
And
did.
then, like,
It
people were
probably
just
started
trolling
as a joke,
hard.
too.
And then,
All that shit starts as a joke, and then
Yeah.
4chan just
Wait a
rolls
second.
with it. And people are. It just proves you how fucking stupid people are.
yeah.
That blows my mind. Like, do you like classify yourself as anything?
No.
Like, are you an anarchist or a conservative or a Black Power? You gave me the fence,
Assalamu alaikum.
I
I
want
don't
to
know. Not really. I don't know. I'm a liberal, I suppose. Pretty liberal.
It'd be hard to. I've always thought of liberal as like liberal to me was a description on a shampoo bottle. It's like
Use
this
liberally. Just
Like,
go
okay,
crazy
use it,
with it.
use it a lot then, right? And like I feel like, yeah, I mean, as the human race continues, like of course let's like do everything we possibly can. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Conservatism is like, hey, let's not use CRISPR. You know, let's
CRISPR.
not. You know what CRISPR is? The genetic modification that they're developing in China specifically. A guy just literally used it on twin girls. You don't know anything about this?
What?
So CRISPR is a technology that they figured out how you can genetically modify DNA. Specifically, this one is called CRISPR-Cas9, and basically this guy, theoretically in CRISPR, they've done this in like rats and they've done this in not on humans mostly. And you can go in and like say this rat has like when it's born it has leukemia, like it's gonna have leukemia in the womb. You can find out like it has, say, autism or leukemia or some sort of problem. You can go in and genetically modify it to where when it gets born, it's not gonna have that. Or even before that, you can theoretically go in to say, I'm about to impregnate you, inject me with the CRISPR, and then my semen would be genetically modified. Like, that's a theory of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's been used in practice in rats where you can make sure, like, these rats don't have cancer when they're born. They're born with cancer, or they in the womb, they're conceived with cancer. When they're born, they no longer have the cancer. This is literally one of the most mind-blowing technological advances of probably ever. Could be bigger than antibiotics. Like, it's huge. This dude in China straight up this guy had kids. He had HIV. There were 2 twin girls. This dude just went and used CRISPR technology and just injected them with and modified their DNA so that they wouldn't be born with HIV.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a good thing. I could
Here's
see
the
how
thing. No peer review. Never been used on humans before. There was no testing on it. And also, if you modify that gene, now they're more susceptible to things like pneumonia, other respiratory like issues where basically like there's so much research that needs to go into it that they don't know. And this dude just went ham and just fucking did it. He straight up just
rolling the dice.
sci-fi'd his way into it.
Wow.
And so he got called out for it, and then he went and gave a speech at like this CRISPR conference. This was like last month. This is very recent. He gave a speech and he's like, I did this, and everyone was like, you use human samples for your experiment? Like everyone's mortified. And now it's like this it's just a weird thing where who knows how these girls are, because you can theoretically also make your kids more smart with CRISPR. Like, let me take out the autism gene.
More smart.
Yeah. I mean, that's the proper way. Grammatically.
Is it?
Yeah, more smart.
I don't think it is, man.
Smarter?
Smarter.
I don't think more smart is ever wrong.
I think more smart is wrong.
Is more anything ever wrong, though?
Yeah, more
I think
smart.
grammatically it's just always right.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound right to me. Make them more smart. You should have been genetically modified to be more smart. I don't know.
Yeah, no. They will not be able to
to
speak well, but they'll be more smart.
They'll be more smart.
They can just write out trigonometry with their
Yeah.
left hand, but they definitely cannot say a sentence.
It's a blob. Point to
am
a
I, Daddy, am I more smart?
I'm more smart.
than my sister? And the sister's all mutilated.
She doesn't have HIV though, I'll tell you what.
No,
HIV free.
The really fun part about that story, it's a horrifying story, and there's really, to me, the funny part is the fact that they already have technology to where they can take out the HIV part of the twins without using CRISPR at all. And that's like a decade-long technology.
Oh.
So he did it unnecessarily. It's like, dude, you
Shit.
went like, yeah.
Whoops.
Now all of a sudden, no HIV, but they get pneumonia very easily, and they're more smart. So it's
They're more smart.
they're more
Cool.
smart.
E equals MC squared, shit like that. That's what more smart people say.
They're like pi,
Pi.
3.14.
That was like
Pumpkin,
9.
apple, cranberry,
Pumpkin.
pecan. They just
Exactly
start
right.
going. Their brain just is wired just
Big Macs.
strangely. It's just all association. Shit.
Yeah.
How much more beer you got, dude?
I got 2 more beers.
Let's have 2 more beers.
Alright. Got that cigarette in there. Do. What's your cat's name? Sweet Pea.
Sweet pea, dude.
Apple of my eye. You know that song?
No, what is that song?
I don't know. That's how it goes. Sweet Pea. Apple of my eye. But if you heard it, you probably wouldn't know because it's like a very, well-known song. They can't pick up on my gestures, but it's like
It's a
Spans.
podcast there.
Sweet Pea, apple of my eye.
I don't know what song you're talking- I'm-
Do something like that.
As a musician, I'm very much a musical Philistine. Like, I don't
Philistine.
know shit. You know what Philistine means?
No, I've heard the phrase.
Philistine is someone who doesn't read books.
Oh,
Like, unknowed might be a...
Unlearned.
Like, yeah,
I don't read
unlearned.
books either. Reading books is for chumps. I mean, just watch videos or something. You can put time in, make my eyes.
It's like, yeah, dude, Jeff Daniels in To Kill a Mockingbird, written by Aaron Sorkin, live on Broadway. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
I don't. what do I care?
And Atticus Finch. Who was the movie? The old movie.
To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Atticus Finch, you're right.
Yeah.
And the Jim Crow South and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I read that too. That was one of the things I did read because
Was it
in high school.
it was required
Yeah,
reading. What was your report on that one?
I don't know.
Did you make a mobile? Did you make a board game out of it, or?
Yeah, there was that option. I remember
You remember when you were like, hey, there's like 7 things you can do with this book.
Yeah. We had that with Phantom of the Opera, and I made a stage, but it was like shittily functional. Like I could pull the curtains, and there's a little trapdoor and stuff. It was kind of cool, because that's what
Fucking theater, dude.
theater. Well, it wasn't in theater. It was just like literature, English
Right, but you already had the knack for the stage and
theater. Well, that's what.
I always made video projects. Like dude, I actually got docked. I got docked an entire grade because I made out with a dude in a video project. Like we had to make a project about an island, and an island that wasn't occupied by anything living. Like it was just like use Google Maps. This is when Google Maps like first came out. So like use Google Maps, find an island that's not occupied with any wildlife or any people. Just like plantation.
Any wildlife?
And like no animals. Like literally it's just like there's only foliage and plants and stuff like
birds at least on the motherfucking.
that. Probably birds, but like that's kind of hard to capture because they travel so often and they don't really So I found this Chinaman's hat. And I made like a thrash song. It was like Chinaman's hat, and I just did that. And I made a video where like me and my buddy like crash landed on Chinaman's hat, and we found it. After like hours of searching for each other, like we cut to me like trying to build a fire and look out, look at his like writing on a piece of cloth that I had, and then it'd cut to him, and he'd just be like sharpening a knife that had my initials carved in it, and like we're just both looking for each other, and there was a scene where we like found each other, and we like it was a slow motion like coming together, and we did the fake making out where you like kiss each other's necks kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got an A plus on the whole fucking thing, because I killed the production. Like it was this is back when you had to edit film from like one tape deck to another VHS tape deck. Like you'd have to like hit stop play from the camcorder and all this stuff. So like I killed the production. I wrote this whole song, made a theme song for it, wrote a whole like end credit scene, everything. Showed it in class. Everyone was laughing their tits off. Like they're loving it. It's so funny. And then the teacher at the end, she's like, all right, class is dismissed. Logan, I need to see you. And she brings me aside, and she goes, I want to let you know you got in 100% on your project here. However, because you did some, I literally shit you not, this is what she said. You did some obviously gay material. I'm gonna have to dock you down to a B.
Wow.
I know.
How? Like, when was this?
This is probably like 2002. No, I was 2000. Yeah, 2002.
Damn. That's some shit. Well, I had a home ec teacher. She was like telling us about buying cars and shit. And she was like, you know the phrase "Jew 'em down"? You gotta kind of Jew 'em down when you're buying it. And she said it like just so nonchalant. She wasn't like Jew 'em down. She was like, yeah, you gotta Jew 'em down a little bit.
No,
I'm like, what?
You just gotta Jew 'em down. God damn, it's so funny how like stupid people are. That the teacher that gave me that grade. So when I went home that day and I told my mom, I was like, I got docked an entire grade because I was like fake making out with my best friend on this video. My mom went in there. She was on the school board at the time. Mom went in there and started lighting up the place, dude.
Damn, man.
Lighting it up.
Mom
My mom
smoke.
she was just like, I don't agree with I don't like what you shot. I don't like what you did.
Wait,
But that's bullshit.
Was this at your Catholic school though?
No, this is public school.
Oh,
Reynoldsburg Public, dude.
That's fuck.
And the teacher that did that to me, she went on to, she was the one that handed me my diploma. And she went on to be principal. She might still be principal at
Oh
Reynoldsburg.
shit.
Yeah. She also had some issues with maybe sleeping with certain students,
Oh,
which was
really?
a whole thing, yeah. I've had two teachers that for sure, two teachers right now that I know are in jail for fucking around with students.
Wow. In jail? There was like
Child
one science
pornography
teacher.
and sexual harassment.
Ooh.
Yeah. The child pornography dude, he came to my first show I ever played at Scarlet and Grave, remember that bar? And I was in my underwear and I had duct tape on my face. And I was 12 years old. And I'm playing on stage and he's right up in front. And then and he was like a cool dude. And then it turns out, no, he was a cool dude because he was into kids. It's like, what the fuck? Still never chose me though, dude. It sucks. I would have liked to have been touched, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe you think differently than you were.
I know that's a horrible thing to say, but it's kind of true. I mean, in my mind, it's a little true. It's like, come
Maybe
on,
a little
dude.
self-confidence.
How much do I have to, I'm a young kid,
I've been pretty since I was
blonde
12.
hair, blue eyes. What else do I have to do?
Very bangable. As a child.
I think I was too much of a piece of shit, though. I think I turn people off, I think, very easily. I've always been that way, where it's like, there's something that kid would tell on me. You know what I mean? I always had that
Too
rat
outspoken.
mind where I'd be like, nah, something's not right about this. So,
Mr. Flenderson's dick smells weird.
dude, what was the first time you saw a vagina? Like, not your family, but like a non-family member's vagina.
I saw someone else's vagina before. I've never seen a family member's vagina before.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom used to take Ambien and walk around naked and shit all the time. Plus, I mean, I used to shower with my dad. Like, it was just like a
Oh, I mean, I've seen my
old
dad's dick
school,
before.
like, yeah,
yes.
my mom was just always, they slept naked and I used to crawl into bed. Like, it was just one of those things.
Yeah, you just leave it in.
There was nothing ever
Maybe.
sexual
Yeah,
about
I mean,
that.
yeah,
but,
no,
like,
yeah, I didn't think so, but it just, I don't know, it never came up. I don't rightly know.
You don't know the first time you saw a vag?
I mean,
Gene?
yeah, I mean, you mean in real life?
Yeah, I mean, did you see it on... Did you see
You
it
could
like
see it
on
on,
TV
you know,
first?
yeah,
or
you could see it
Universe?
on stuff before, but I guess probably when I was like 17 or whatever, helping.
17 was the first time you saw a vagina? You never, like, in elementary school or kindergarten, like, girls were just like, me,
Vagina.
deep pants themselves and
Uh-uh.
just show you their shit?
No,
Damn.
I don't know, it's tragic.
we're different than I think.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't have any girls flashing their vaginas back in the day.
I was in second grade and it was my neighbor. Like, she was a neighbor friend. We would always hang out. We'd play house and, you know, G.I. Joes at the same time and just whatever. And one time she, like, dragged me into the bathroom and just sat down on the toilet, pulled her pants down and started pissing. And she's like, look! And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know. That's not what mine looks like.
Yeah,
And I
it's
just
radically
ran out. Dude, I ran out of there, arms flailing. Just like ran home. I remember running home. Just like not looking for cars, just running across the street. Just like, I need to go home right now.
Wow.
What is that? You didn't have a moment like that?
No.
Damn. I thought that was normal.
I mean, it might be fairly normal. I've never had anyone who's like, yeah, look at this old vagina.
Look at my shit.
Yeah.
I had another neighbor friend too, who was a dude that pulled his junk out and shoved it in my fucking nose. Like, put his cock and balls just right here. And I mean, I was older than him. I think I was like 7 and he was 4. And just did that shit, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck? And I did the same thing, arms wailing, ran across the street, not looking for cars. Mom, I'm gonna go start a fire in the woods now because
See,
I'm troubled.
That's the proper response. That's why none of those grown-ups banged you, because as it would have done, if you see a grown-up dick for the first time, you went flailing.
See, I saw my dad's dick a bunch, though.
Well, your dad's dick is different.
Is
than,
it?
like a teacher's dick, for sure.
A teacher's... I've never seen a teacher's dick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A teacher would have never exposed his dick to you because he knew that old Logan Steak.
I would have
runs
arm
straight
flailed.
flailed down. I saw a dick. Whose dick?
I saw a dick. That guy
That
right
guy's
there. You're right about that. Like they were like, no, I can't. I can fuck with the kid next to him, but I can't fuck with him at all.
These quiet kids.
I just had this defense mechanism that I didn't even know existed. Just a shield.
It's a good move. I'm gonna touch my kids or tell my kids.
Hey,
But,
if you see a dick, flail
just
your
start
arms,
flailing and
run across the
Yeah.
street. Don't look for cars.
Look for cars.
No, don't look for cars. You have no time to think about that.
That's like an easy out for whoever showed you his dick. I was running around, okay? My God, I have
Dude,
no idea why he was
imagine-
running around.
Imagine that. It's like the first time you're like, I've been into child porn for a long, like it's just a thing. I can't really express myself. I know it's wrong. And then you're in the situation where you're with a kid. And then you show him your dick.
Bloop.
And the kid is like, "Wah!" and just turns running away. And it gets hit by a car. You're like, I guess I should try it again. I don't
It worked out this time.
Do I do it again? I mean, I should move to a more heavily trafficked area. Just I should live right along
next to a
70.
highway.
Just so I
Yeah.
can. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah,
I'm
awful.
giving
It's awful.
pointers
Take it.
too.
If you're a child molester, live next
If
to a
you're-
highway.
That's awful.
Looking out.
Man, do you have any shows coming up or anything going on?
Motherfucking Blomedy. 15th. Here on Saturday.
What's up with Blomedy? What's that all about?
There's burlesque and comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like back and forth. We're doing one after.
Oh, Gilly's on that show too.
Yeah,
right?
Gil's on it. Ian's on there. Chris is on there. I think RJ's on there.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody. I'm missing a few.
So when you do those shows, is it like comedy burlesque? Is it
That's what I'm
tag
wondering.
team?
I don't really know. I've done it before, or not this one specifically, but
It'd be
normally
tight if
it's
it was like
burlesque after.
burlesque at the same time as
yeah,
comedy.
that would be exciting. Were you there that one time at Bossa Girls where they were doing like a photo shoot behind the open micers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild time. That was like one of the first times I was doing it, at least there, and that was hilarious on accident. but
It's
it was
cool you're
great.
getting on those shows though, because those are fucking cool shows. to
They're
be
good
on.
shows. I like it.
That's what's up, man. Are you black powering?
A fist in the air isn't necessarily a bug, but I know. I mean,
You're
lots of
kind
people
of
do that.
doing the black power.
I mean,
thing,
it's
though.
people do
It's
fists.
I'm sure both of us have a little black in it. I mean, the fact that my mom's from New Orleans, I used to think, this is so funny. I used to ask my mom, I'd be like, yeah, because we're Cajun, and like my family's like deep, we're like almost pre-French New Orleans, like it's deep New Orleans shit. And I'd ask her, I was like, the whole time I grew up, I thought we were plantation owners. Like, I always, like, kind of felt bad. I always, like, thought, like, I came from a place of privilege, and I came from, like, you know, as a white person from the South or whatever, related to that. I thought, like, we had slaves, and I always felt bad. So, literally, like, six months ago, I asked my mom, I'm like, so what is our actual heritage? Like, what plantation was ours? And she was like, Oh no, our last name is Carter. That is the same name they gave to the slaves. We were the slaves.
Yeah.
I was just
You're
like,
poor white people.
I just like we were one step above the slaves or the sharecroppers and the fucking.
Yeah, that's why it stuck around so long. Those
Yeah.
white people who were poor, just
We were
like
fucking
we were
everyone
better than
and
the
just-
slaves.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time I thought I was like royalty and I just wasn't.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh shit. What do I do with that knowledge now? I can't use it. I'm still white. I can't.
There was a guy who was talking to, I don't know, I saw it one time, and he was like waving his Confederate flag or whatever, and he's like, how would you feel if you were a slave or something like that? And he's like, we didn't have slaves, we were poor, we were farmers. Like, okay, but you're still, like,
But
I
yeah,
don't know. Slaves were expensive, is what he said.
It's kind of what I'm saying too. It's, couldn't afford
Okay.
slave.
Yeah.
If we could, we would have had them. But we couldn't afford them, so therefore they were our friends, and it sucks. I kind of I love people rocking Confederate flags. My favorite is the Blue Lives Matter American flag sticker. Have you seen this? It's like black and gray, but one stripe is blue.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself, like, you support the cops. Do you support the cops, Joel?
Not really. Kind of dicks.
Do you pay taxes?
No, I mean, yeah.
Everyone supports the fucking cops.
Well, you
It's
know, 'cause I have
redundant to say I support the cops because everyone fucking supports the cops. We do it with our money
Yeah.
all the time. Every paycheck, we support the cops. It makes no fucking sense to say I support the cops when you're clearly already doing
They
it.
support what the cops are doing wrong, though. On
I
what the
clearly only
distinction.
support the innocent, the death of innocent black children with toy guns, and I only support those actions. I don't support it when they come to my house because I beat my wife. They don't. I do not support
not about that. They should go out
They
there.
should go out there
and choke
just
people for
kill
selling
kids.
Lucy's.
Yeah. It's so dumb. I've been trying to figure out that bit, and it's just not funny. It's just more like preachy, and just
Yeah,
like, I don't know how to get there. But it's just so dumb to me to think that you support something that you already support. It's like having like a Browns jersey on and going to the game. It's like it's obvious. It's like a home game. It's like it's obvious that that's what you're doing. You don't have to you don't have to.
You could be a
reinforce
fucking,
it.
you know, an other side or team, away team person. That's why they got to make it clear. And then people just love seeing that
The
orange.
fact that they think that people that don't support, like literally everyone support the families of these kids that are getting killed by cops, they support cops
Yeah.
through their taxes.
On accident, yeah.
So there's no away team. There's no away team in this situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sorry to make it serious, but like it's true.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. Taxes are a bunch of malarkey anyways.
You think
Taxes
so?
are just a reason to make you mad about feeding kids. Like, how can you get pissed off about it? Oh, taking my money and giving it to
Giving it
kids.
to goddamn kids.
Fucking bullshit. We're like $1 zillion in debt. I don't give a fuck.
These kids are only gonna grow up to be snowflakes anyway.
Yeah. Fucking pussies.
My favorite argument I had with my dad was, like, my dad's Republican, like almost to he's not moderate right. Let me put it that way. He's right, and not right in his opinions, but he's
On the
as
far
opposed
right.
to left, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he's always asking me, he's like, don't you think you're being emotional about these situations, or don't you think you're kind of like you're just young and you're kind of dumb, and like I've been through it and I know better. And I'm like, don't you want your kids to be smarter than you?
Right.
Isn't that the point of raising children? So by your definition, Dad, if I'm an idiot, you failed. Right?
That's all the point.
Like,
Yeah.
like, so what are you saying then?
No, it's the schools that I don't want to pay for.
Yeah, right now he's blaming on something else,
Yeah.
the other. It's like, no, if I'm dumb, if I'm not right, then you failed. Therefore, we're all failures. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, do you, like, remember when you realized your parents were just, like, old you? Or not really old you, but just, like, because there's a certain point, like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, they know everything, and they're all fucking smart and shit, just like teachers and shit. But you realize they're just, like, other people who are also dumb as hell, just trying to
When was that
pretend
moment
like-
for you? Because I have a very specific moment.
Probably, like, 14-ish or so. I'm like, wait, you don't...
14?
Yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
dude, you were on the spectrum.
Man, I don't know. I feel like a lot of
Took you
people...
that long?
Hey, man, a lot of people still are just like, Dad's rad.
No, I was about, I think I was like 9, 10, 11, somewhere in between there, 9 to 11. And I was in New Orleans with my family. And whenever we went, every time we went to New Orleans, I'd get a virgin strawberry daiquiri. Because my parents would get smoothies, we'd drink. And during this time, I'm sitting in the French Quarter and I'm just wasted somehow. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, all these drinks are in blenders. Have you ever been in New Orleans? You've been in New Orleans,
Yeah.
so they're all in blenders. There's no virgin
Yeah, they,
of
they-
anything
Yeah,
in New
it's
Orleans.
like,
There's no
he'll be fine.
virgin anything in New Orleans, right? So I was just like, oh, this whole time, every time I've gone to New Orleans, I've gotten a virgin strawberry daiquiri. I've gotten just a strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah.
And I was wasted, and I was just like, oh, my dad's been lying to me this whole fucking time. My entire life. I've just been getting drunk my entire life, and he's just been lying to me. And that's when I was just like, oh, we're all fucking up. Everyone's
yeah.
fucking up.
know nothing about
No
that.
one knows shit about anything. That's what's beautiful. I mean, I to me, like, the biggest thing about life is knowing the fact that you're just a complete fucking idiot. It's just, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Make meaning or not.
Is that what?
Make meaning out
Oh,
of
yeah,
life
yeah.
or don't, right?
It's a bunch of malarkey. You're just,
Is it?
yeah, you know. Just coasting through like Forrest Gump. Shit happens to you.
Forrest Gump that's a problematic film, I think.
Why?
Well, didn't she have HIV and he was retarded?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, he wasn't
Isn't that problematic?
retarded. He was just a little slow.
He's
She had
definitely on a
HIV at
he's
the end.
definitely on a spectrum.
It's like, it's not really a good movie. It's like it's iconic just because they went through the nostalgia of like everybody who was living at that time, like for the past 40 years.
Run.
Right.
Yeah.
They were just like doing all the
Like the
things that
newspaper
happened.
boy to the Vietnam.
Yeah, and
to
they just, like, fell into all these
you could
different
go
things.
through it was
Good things
basically-
happened to him, and then the bad
It was
things
a
happened to
timeline
Johnny.
of America. That's
Yeah,
what
that's all it was. Yeah.
And in the timeline of America, the whole thing that kept it together was a woman with HIV seducing a man. Because you remember the scene when she's trying to.
Yeah, but I don't
fuck
think
him.
she didn't have HIV at that point when she doinked him.
I think she had HIV the whole time. Am I wrong?
No. Yeah, I think she
Well,
got
no,
it
it's
later.
when she went out and became a hippie. But no, when she went out and did that, that's when they had sex. It was after that.
Well, no, it wasn't after
And
she
she
became
like
a hippie. It was
coerced him
after.
into it.
It was after. It was basically it's the 80s now. Now she has HIV because the HIV wasn't even around.
She
until
got it in
fucking
the
80s.
60s when she was during the hippie period.
I don't think that
While
was
he
ever
was
explained.
in Vietnam, I think she got HIV. I could be wrong about
I
that.
think you are wrong about that because
God damn it, Joe.
she totally banged.
I
him.
don't think I'm wrong.
And he
I
didn't.
honestly
He didn't
don't
die of
think I'm wrong.
HIV. There was no indication that he had HIV.
No, he never got it. He never got it.
Yeah, but he banged her.
It's very possible to bang someone
Yeah, I
with HIV and
suppose.
not get it.
But I mean,
I'm not coming from experience
Yeah.
with that, but I'm just saying.
they didn't use
It's
Jimmy or
very
anything.
possible.
But I don't think she had HIV at the time. because it was like years later when they like reconnected and she told him that he had a kid from that.
Right.
From when they
And the
shagged.
kid, do you think the kid had, like, they
I
gave
don't
him the
think
CRISPR
I think-
DNA to not make sure he didn't have the
That's probably what happened.
You think that's
Jenny had a hookup with it.
What? I love it when it just works out like that. How progressive of a film, though, to give the woman the HIV?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also just the woman being a problem the whole time. She was just like the worst, but he just like irrationally loved her for like his whole lifetime.
Well, he's
Genetic.
fucking retarded, man.
You know,
He didn't know better.
I suppose.
He really, like, in my opinion, he was not just on a spectrum. He literally, like, should have been he would have been considered a second-class citizen. He would have gotten a little sticker to put in his room.
Yeah, if his mom didn't bang the principal or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was great. What a mom. That's what he did.
Oh, man. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah,
What you said? Blomedy coming? Blomedy coming out. What else? Yeah, anything else coming out?
I don't rightly know. I know Kyle said he wanted me to do his next Buns and Brews show, but I don't know
Keep
when that might
booking
be.
a bunch of white cis males on these shows,
Yeah.
dude.
Yet another honky.
I found out about that beef like a week after the fact. And
I
was
couldn't
just like,
believe
dude,
they were
I'm
talking about it
really-
at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what? I woke up at like 12. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I love that you're also like somehow the white cis male that just gets away with it. Like you're just not being blamed for any of it.
I don't know.
Ride the wave, dude.
Yeah, I don't do nothing. I try to make everybody giggle.
I think it's all these posts this week have been like I'm happy of the diversity that's going on in the Columbus comedy scene, and it's like, dude, I really would love to go hit up some fucking black clubs. Like I feel like I would thrive in those situations of just being like, I cannot make you laugh, so let me do whatever the fuck I can to walk out of here and not just feel like a total piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, when you bomb in, like, say, like a normal open mic, and by normal I mean the ones we hit, which is predominantly white and predominantly male, it's like, oh, well, that's just, the room wasn't feeling it. But if you walk into a situation where it's not people that look like you, it's like, back me into a corner. I'm a rabid raccoon.
But I found out recently that apparently it's like super segregated. They have like whole.
Yeah,
They have, like,
that's
their
a whole
separate
thread
open
that's
mics.
going on like,
I had no idea. So I would go to a black open mic. I don't, I would do my same.
Me
shit.
too. I just don't know about them, and like the ones I do know, it's like usually like they're book shows, and so I don't really know about the open mics really for that side of comedy. It's weird that there's sides of comedy, but of
It is
course
weird.
there are. I just found, living downtown, it's just like these are the ones I go to.
Yeah.
Like going out to Reynoldsburg for an open mic I should probably do it, but that also sounds like, can I take the bus
Journey,
home?
yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't want to go out to Reynoldsburg for a mic either. No.
I grew up in Reynoldsburg.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there for anything.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like I just don't want to drive far.
Well, that shit kind of just bothers me. Like, I wish everything could just be downtown, but that's just me being simple and
Yeah.
stupid. I get it. Not everyone can live downtown.
Yeah. Downtown.
Downtown.
She should be downtown. How come downtown isn't it's not popping? It's just like a bunch of people go there for work during the day and then that's it. Like everything's closed at like 7.
Dude, how long have you lived in, like, downtown Columbus?
Like the whole time, been like 3 years now.
Okay. So, the past 3 years, there's a nightlife now. the past 5 years is their nightlife now. You go back 10 years, after 4:30 p.m., like I there would be no one. I used to eat acid and just walk around downtown by myself and not see a single person for fucking hours. Not to see it, not even a homeless, not even someone just trying to bum a cigarette or anything, none of that.
Huh.
Just no one. It was dead. And now there's actually something going on, which is weird because, you know, this is our city, this is what we grew up in. I don't know, where are you from?
From like Northwest Ohio, Old Fort, Ohio, Tiffin, Ohio.
Old Tiffin, okay.
Yeah.
Old Fort.
It's like the
You
outskirts.
grew up in a barn?
Kinda. Lived down like a long country lane. Shit like that. There was
How many
woods.
just like random cats were hanging around?
So many cats, so many dogs too. We would just find dogs. We had this dog Elvis that
Do you
my
think we
sister.
could send Sweet Pea over there?
Sweet Pea would
She
do
can-
fine as long as the cats have claws. Honestly.
She didn't have claws. That
Oh,
wasn't
she
my
doesn't?
choice. No,
Oh.
I got her post claw
But
declaw.
like honestly, as long as cats have claws, they can survive out in the country. There's plenty of mice and shit to eat. They could do it. They're natural
Yeah, and
predators.
then once they start harvesting all the wheat, they just get wrapped up in the machines, and then when you're eating your wheat toast thinking that you're vegetarian, you're actually eating a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, just a little bit.
A
Yeah,
little bit of cat in there.
true.
Little rat, little cat.
That's like the number 2 pollution thing is fucking runoff from fields and shit. Soybean fields.
Absolutely, yeah.
Some shit people don't realize.
You
like,
think about that stuff? I think about that stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, the best way to eat meat, I guess, would be to like hunt. But I mean,
And then, but like, what? And sometimes on people on our side, being liberals, like they're like hunting is awful. It's like I think
the
you're.
best
I think
way to
you're
die for
I
your
think you're
deer.
misconstruing the whole
Yeah.
situation there. I wish I could hunt, but that's also like a luxurious thing. Like you need money to be able to do.
yeah,
that.
you really do. Time off.
Time off. You need the gear.
Permits.
You need the
All that
ammo,
shit.
the equipment.
Yeah.
You also need the ability to, like, like if I killed a deer, like I don't have enough fridge space or
Yeah.
freezer space. For
Yeah,
all
you need
that.
like
And I
a
had to
fucking
vacuum
garage to
pack
skin it or
everything.
whatever the fuck.
It's a rich man's game,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
It is, and which is unfortunate. Like I wish I could just like walk outside and just kill a chicken, and just pluck it and just fucking roast it up. Like I wish I could do that, but
mean, you
we
can
don't
do
have
chicken.
chickens out there.
Oh well, yeah. You can kill the fuck out of those geese though. I always
Have
like.
you ever eaten- have you
we're
ever
just
eaten
like hanging
goose?
around. No,
It's not good.
no.
I don't like it. I love duck. I can't eat goose.
Huh? Maybe that's why people don't.
Like goose.
They're always just
grass
chilling
is a
around,
thing.
like hanging around, walking real slow, and I'm like, I could if a well placed rock could take out one of these fucking geese, and then
Do you
know,
hate geese?
I don't hate geese. I mean, geese are assholes often. Swans are assholes.
But they're just. What do you mean they're ass? So they don't. Have,
They'll come for you, dude. If they get pissed off at you, they will straight up come for you and like stop.
I
won't
got
stop
bit
until
by
you fuck them up.
a duck when I was a kid.
Dude,
and
yeah,
beaks freaked me out for the longest
Yeah,
time.
beaks are fucked up. I
Even
knew
though
a
there was
guy.
nothing in it.
I knew a guy who in high school had a glass eye because the chicken fucking plucked it out. I don't fuck with chickens.
That's some
There's a lot-
Old Ohio shit.
There's a lot of videos on the internet of like little kids getting chased by chickens and everyone's laughing. Like, don't just fucking stop something. You need to pick up that kid and kick that chicken because you're gonna have a kid without an eye here pretty soon if you
You
keep
need
fucking
to
around.
start a fucking chicken franchise called Kick That
Kick That
Chicken.
Chicken.
And
Chickens
it's all
are
about,
enemies
like,
of the people.
Chicken, we have them at our houses, and they're terrorizing the kids, so we just kick them
They'll
and
fuck
cook
you
them. You just armbar the chicken.
Fucking choke it out.
Oh man. Well, this has been fun.
That's
I
been
think.
fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A good time. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else you want to plug? You have an Instagram or?
You could check me out on Facebook and see all of Gary Scherf's post that he did tonight when I had my phone. That was
Oh
fun.
yeah. When did you find out about that?
Like shortly after he did it, like they gave me back my phone and I had like a bunch of notifications. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then it's a bunch of shit that I.
My
did.
favorite thing was I'm standing up. I'm just watching comedy, and Garrett comes up to me and goes, look how proud he is. And I'm like, who? And he's like, Gary. And I'm looking over, and Gary's just like showing all of his posts to like someone else, and then walking to someone else, and then showing him. And he was just walking around the whole time, just showing everyone.
I thought for sure it was a collective effort, but apparently it was only.
No, he was just on it. And he was just like, don't tell anyone. And I was just like, yeah. I could, like, to me, like, his favorite joke about it was not that funny. I was just like, I would have written it that way.
I'm always thinking about Rosie O'Donnell. I think about Rosie O'Donnell more often than shit. She had that show on Nickelodeon and shit, right?
Yeah.
It was like a talk show. I remember that. I wasn't against Rosie O'Donnell. I like Rosie O'Donnell. She was...
What's wrong with Rosie O'Donnell?
I don't know. People talk shit about Rosie O'Donnell all the time.
I think people talk shit about Roseanne, but Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell. People talk shit about Rosie O'Donnell, I'm telling you.
She was she was a landmark of lesbianism and like coming out as being like a boyish woman and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really think.
Oh.
I guess people give shit to Ellen too, and
yeah.
I don't know about to have any special out.
Oh really?
Yeah, on Netflix.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm pretty stoked about it.
I remember she had a bit. It was like, what happened to just crazy people? Like, they always have a thing now. It's like, we just used to call them crazy. It's awesome. It's like, yeah, Ellen.
God damn it, dude. Comedy is so good. Do you have fun doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously.
I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun.
Do you feel like you do it just because it's fun, or do you feel like you do it because it's something in you, or is it maybe a combination of both, or something?
Yeah, it's probably
else?
a combo of both. Like, I think I've always kind of wanted to do it. I never really thought about it. Like, there wasn't open mics where I grew up at all. There was no comedy scene. That was not the thing. But, you know, I came here and then I saw an open mic one time. I was like, I can fucking do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
And then it's like a very inexpensive hobby.